Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Telecast TV. I'm Miracle Angala. You're watching a conversation with Professor Yusuf, who spoke extensively about President Tinubu Muslim ticket from the beginning. He said it was a scam. He knew what he did was not right and had it in mind to change his VP, the Vice President Shetima. Although reactions and grumbling have been coming out from the APC, where Shetima comes from, regarding this issue, and the APC has come to say there is nothing like such agenda from the president. Endeavor to watch to the end. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share your thoughts. Don't miss trending videos. Watch to the end.
We are talking at a time in an environment where there is tension in the land. There has been lies all over the world against northern Muslims, that there is genocide against Christians. And you're bringing this toxic thing. We're not managing, and I've said it. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not managed Nigeria's diversity well. And we've seen it. His appointments are Yoruba-centric, and he's divided this country from the outset. The Muslim ticket he flew was a scam. And I wrote about it in August 2022, that APC's Muslim ticket is neither for God nor country. And we've seen it. Now he's pivoting to the northern Christians. And that's why he's doing all of this. All this, the coup thing, the Muslim, the Christian genocide, the change of service chiefs, all of this, the appointment of an INEC chairman who supported, who wrote a brief, an 80-page brief 6 years ago, supporting Christians, saying that there is Christian genocide in Nigeria. All this is geared towards President Bola Ahmed Tinubu balkanizing this country again, particularly the north.
Are you saying he's the architect of what is playing out?
He is. Nobody else. The buck stops at President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's desk. He's the president and commander-in-chief. We have seen presidents in this country, Muslims and Christians, that have managed Nigeria's diversity much better than he has. It is all for him. And I've said it again and again and again and again. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's allegiance is to himself and his ambition first. Any other thing is a distant second. This is dangerous.
Against the backdrop of 2027, Prof, a lot has been said over the past couple of weeks about an opportunity for a correction on the APC ticket, for instance. I know the APC came out a couple of weeks ago to say, listen, all of these speculations have no basis, and there's no chance that Kashim Shettima is going to be changed, at least for the timing, as far as we can tell. But the grumblings are real. The expectations of those who are pushing it is that this is what's best in the interest of fairness. I mean, you've talked about how you wrote about it in 2022. Do you think the president is likely going to give in to the agitation that it's time for him to reconsider his choice in 2027?
If you ask me, I honestly don't care, because he should have known better, and he knows. And we railed about it. I wrote about it in August 2022. It's never happened. Yes, General Yakubu Gowon, as the head of state, then ran a Christian ticket. General Buhari ran a Muslim ticket with him and Idi Agbon.
I mean, those weren't tickets.
No, but they were. But that was the military then. Here we are in political era now. The whole idea is for you to be inclusive. And I wrote about it when everybody else was silent. When even the Muslim clerics were hailing all of this. And I want anybody in this country to tell us, how have the Muslims benefited from this Muslim scam? It is all for himself.
Scam?
It is. And I said it. It's scamming people, electorates, for his electoral gains. End of story. How can you not include people of great faith? Oh, and now he's not doing it for God or country. The Americans are breathing down on them. That you must dilute this Muslim ticket. And that's why they brought the list of 3 people. You saw that. True or not? The Honorable Minister of Defense is penciled as one of those.
But Malami Akud Dogara speaking on this said, listen, he knows nothing about it.
Well,
and much of the people on that list have distanced themselves from it.
And that is why, to be honest, if you ask me, I don't care about, just like I didn't care about the Muslim ticket, I don't care who he brings. All I want is good things for Nigerians, which we haven't seen. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has mismanaged our diversity, has been essentially a Yoruba-centric government. Muslims that voted for him, they've seen nothing. And what do Christians think that he will, they should look at, in Hausa, they say, if you see your neighbor's beard catches fire, they should look at the Muslims that voted him, 60% of his votes. He's essentially a Southwest Lagos Yoruba-centric president. End of story. Muslim, Christian, he's just coming here to the north to scoop their votes. Smell the coffee. Nigerians, we're better than this. We can do better. Our PVC is our liberating listing. Nobody is coming to play religion or ethnicity.
You've seen enough, and you don't think the Tinubu administration deserves a second chance?
I've never voted for this administration from the outset. I knew what I said at that time, 2023. Re-electing this APC again is suicidal. And this is where we are today. Nobody will tell you we're better today than we were then.
Let's double down on the relationship between Nigeria and America. From the conversation last year, we saw diplomatic relations become somewhat strained because of President Trump's high-handed approach with the post about Christian genocide. Yes, they have walked back some of the claims. They've met with Nigerian delegation. A lot of engagement have taken place in the United States as well as here in Nigeria. Do you think there is some sort of normalization about the best approach to dealing with this common denominator, which is insecurity? And do you believe that the Americans are good faith partners in this conversation?
Well, no, the Americans have bamboozled their way into Nigeria. They've shaken us, they've shaken our leadership. They've taken this Christian genocide falsehood as an excuse to shake the leadership, and they have been shook. And now they're here talking to you about security. And I said it in my paper. And this is all working through the 2027 election. When, of course, this seed of Christian genocide, remember the INEC chairman wrote about it 6 years ago. The genocide of Christians. And I asked in my paper, when did this genocide happen? Was it when the current Honorable Minister of Defense was the chief of, was the CDS, the head of the Nigerian Armed Forces? When at that time it was General Lagbaja, late General Lagbaja, a Christian? When the Inspector General of Police was a Christian? When the Chief of Defense Intelligence was a Christian? When the DGSS is a Christian? So when did this genocide of Christians happen? On their watch? On their watch? Genocide is a joke. Genocide is what is happening in Gaza. Genocide is what happened in Rwanda. Genocide is what happened in Bosnia. So they should come and tell us. The Honorable Minister of Defense and all his
I mean,
people.
he disagrees with the claim.
No.
Clearly.
Okay.
He disagrees with the claim, including the current service chiefs.
Right. Now they are saying, because they've gotten the Honorable Minister of Defense, the biggest beneficiary now of the Christian, of this allegation. Because Americans are breathing down on them. You must remove this Muslim thing. So he was brought back after being relieved of his post with the service chiefs change. Or he's brought back now to be Honorable Minister of Defense, and he's being groomed, allegedly, to be the next Vice President. So, fellow Nigerians, this is not a joke. Nigerians do not care if you're a Muslim or a Christian. All they care for is a good Nigeria. We don't see it. People in Abuja, the elites, the leadership are playing this ethno-religious thing just for their own benefit. For their own benefit. And this is what irritates me. That's why we must continue to talk. And talk we will.
Why do they, what's the stake of the Americans in our elections, you think?
Okay, does Trump care about Nigeria? He calls Nigeria very uncomplimentary things, right? Does Trump care about the leaders of Nigeria? No. Is Trump a big Christian? Does he go to church every Sunday? Why Nigeria? It's all geopolitics or resources. Well, they kicked them out of Agadez in Niger, where they have their biggest drone base. Africom wanted to come to Nigeria during Obasanjo, during Eradua. They were not allowed. They are in Ghana now. They want the food here. And they are flying Reke. Reke flies from Ghana into Nigeria. We didn't know. And they come and bomb us. And our Honorable Minister of what's his name, of Foreign Affairs came and said, oh, we gave them the intelligence. Oh, I spoke with the Marco Rubio for 19 minutes, and then he told me to go get permission from Mr. President. I got permission. We spoke again for 5 minutes. This was 5 minutes before. And I asked questions. Why? Who initiated the call? Definitely it wasn't Nigeria that called Marco Rubio and said, please come and bomb our land. Number two, so you mean you gave them intelligence to go and bomb an empty farmland in Sokoto? Number three, you're coming to bomb our country. Shouldn't that call? Courtesy and protocol deserves a president-to-president call. Not a minister to a minister. You, as Secretary of State, calling your minister and say, get permission from your president, we're coming to bomb. It's not a joke. And they bombed what day? They bombed on Christmas Day, symbolic for President Trump to tell his MAGA crowd that, oh yeah, I bombed ISIS on Christmas Day. And why did they bomb? We don't have ISIS in the Northwest. We don't have Christian genocide in the Northwest. Where is ISIS and ISWAP? Shouldn't they go to Sambisa Forest?
Isn't there a version of this, Prof, that America's involvement could be beneficial to Nigeria? Is there no version of this where
you tell
Nigeria
me,
benefits from this?
How beneficial? You tell me. People need to be smart and wise. In which country has America's involvement been beneficial to the country? Venezuela? Libya? Yeah? Or is it Iraq? Where? We're handing over our sovereignty. Is there anything that the American drones or whatever drones did in Sokoto that our Air Force could not do? And I asked questions. The main question I asked was was our armed forces of Nigeria, was it in on this? What of our National Assembly? The president had no authority to authorize any foreign invasion in our country without the approval of our National Assembly. Were they in on this? What of the Honorable Minister of Defense? Definitely he didn't know about it, because on that day, the 25th, when the bomb was raining in Sokoto, he was dancing, celebrating his 58th birthday. And the next week, he was somewhere celebrating his homecoming. Definitely looking politician. And who was the face on the media of the government to come and explain to us? This was a military operation. President Trump's alibi was religion. He wanted to come and save his cherished Christians. Where was the target? The target was the heart of Muslim Sokoto Caliphate, where we don't have. Isn't
there a chance that that's just coincidence? Because there is security threats in parts of Sokoto.
No, my friend, that's not where it is. I know Sokoto very well. It's in eastern Sokoto. And it's not ISIS.
Yeah, I was talking about Sokoto State in general.
That's not eastern Sokoto. When ISIS go to ISWAP, go to Sambisa Forest. Sokoto is symbolic. That is the heart of the Muslim Sokoto Caliphate.
You're saying that was a direct message?
Absolutely.
From the Americans?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
with the approval of the Nigerian government.
Definitely. The Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs came and said, we give the approval, we give the intelligence. So you gave the intelligence to go and attack Sokoto, an empty farmland?
Yeah, but how does that benefit the Tinubu administration to anger what you would consider the Muslim North?
You ask them, bring them in, bring the Honorable Minister of External Affairs. Another thing, this is what I said. This was a military operation. Why did the Tinubu government put civilian ministers to come and talk to us? The Minister of External Affairs, the Minister of Information. What do they know about the military? We expected to hear from the Honorable Minister of Defense, who is a 4-star general, and the Chief of Defense Staff, who is a 4-star general. They should be the one talking to us. And we still have not seen post-strike assessment by our military telling us what happened where. There's nothing in Jabo. I know very well. I know that area very well.
Yeah, but Prof, some would say, listening to your conversation, you can't eat your cake and have it. It's either you want them to talk to the public on all matters around security, or you don't want them to talk to the public.
We want them, look, what I don't want them to talk about is a matter that is going to court. People that are locked up, they don't have the benefit of talking, presenting their case. You have a case, go to court. Don't come to the media and try them. Our country has been attacked. You said with your approval. Why are you putting forward civilian ministers to talk to us? Why is the Minister of Defense 4-star general? Why is the Chief of Defense Staff 4-star general? Well, the real reason, fellow Nigerians, because they're Christians. And Trump's alibi, he's never hidden it, was a religious alibi to come and save his Christians. So they put forward Muslim ministers. Look, this is not a joke. If any of these ministers, anybody in this government wants to come and talk, don't play with our mind. This was a military operation. We needed to see military talking to us. But hey, we're all Christians. We can't come and talk. They've thrown bomb at the heart of Muslim. Oh, let's push these Muslim ministers to come and talk. We are not. This is not a joke. Don't play with our intelligence. You have surrendered our sovereignty to another country to come and throw bomb at us. Tell me, is there anything that American bomb did that the Nigerian Air Force could not do if there truly was anything to bomb? When did this massacre happen? Genocide happen? So be very careful. Whoever is running this country, if the president is not running this country, whoever is running this country, be very careful.
Right.
Christian genocide, you went and lied all over the country, aided and abetted by a screwdriver salesman in Onisha Market.
I mean, you certainly don't believe that that's the entire story, isn't it?
Which story?
That the man in question is solely responsible for America's interests.
No, look, you need to, I've lived in the United States forever. And I've attended fora like this where people come from all over Nigeria and keep lying. I was in the United States in 2022, representing the Sultan. I met a gentleman. I was dressed like this. He was saying, oh, he's applying for asylum in the United States. I know he's a Nigerian. Why are you applying for asylum? Oh, Boko Haram. Where are you from? He's from the south. Have you ever been to the north? No. So they are there in the United States lying to Americans that do not know better. And I've seen them. We keep lying all over the place that Christians have been massacred, genocided, and they've never been here.
Right. What do you make of the government's response? Because their counter has been to hire a firm to lobby members of Congress as well as influential people in the United States to counter the narrative of the Christian genocide. Is that a plus for you in your book?
Look, this government has been caught with its pants down. The whole government, you allowed this to happen. They knew. If they don't know, then what is their intelligence telling them? Don't they have DSS? Don't they have NIA? There are people selling all of this. And it is treason for anybody to call for an attack on your own country. Go and look at the definition of treason. They know. And these members of Congress, they are right-wingers that want to be the presidents of the United States, and they want to I know them, the Ted Cruzes, the Riley Moores. They are the ones pushing this thing. Congressman Riley Moore came to Nigeria for fact-finding mission to send a report to Trump that will help him decide whether to direct attack on Nigeria. Where did he go? The moment he came, I don't know who he met with here. He flew directly to Benue. Met the pastor, met some people in IDP camp, flew back straight to Washington, D.C. We saw him on Fox, telling them, oh, he was accompanied by tanks, he heard from... Is this the only place where people have been killed? Every day. And the president went to Benue. Went to Benue after the Yelwata massacre with his chief of defense staff, the current minister of defense, with the NSA, with the IGP. Held, what's that? Almost a political meeting. There and then, in public, he asked the minister, the current minister of defense, stand up, Christopher, what are we doing? And then he asked the IG to stand up, stood up. What? I knew then it was just theater. It's just theater, politics. You are turning this massacre, this grief of people into politics. It's from there he ran away. Has he ever been to anywhere in the north? Anywhere in the north? To condole with people? We're losing people every day. We're burying our dead in silence, in dignified silence. President has never spoken. President has never been. So this is all a build-up to 2027, trying to scoop the Christian votes and making the tragedy of insecurity, which is his failure, because that is the primary responsibility of any government. Any government. The Honorable Minister of Defense and all the military must come and account and tell us, why are we seeing all of this? It's the failure of the government and the military to protect our people regardless of their faith that is making us all argue. Oh, Christians I kill, Muslims I kill.
Right, but some would also say, Prof, that people like you in public have also exacerbated what was once a much calmer situation with your commentary, with your rhetoric, leading people to, find their own extreme corner of the argument and basically amplify their own voices from that. And I mean, you recently accused other popular TV hosts on social media about their own narrative and how it has also amplified this ongoing conversation about the alleged Christian genocide in this country. I mean, surely you understand people's right to express their opinions about all of these issues.
Right, but you're an anchor, and I was scathing about some anchors and some very popular shows in this country, respected too. I'm sitting watching them, and they bring people that spew out nothing but misinformation and inciting information. Yes, there is genocide, and show it where the genocide is. Well, you can bring anybody to say whatever he wants, but bring somebody who can, is the right of somebody to counter. I don't see that. I've had occasions where I'm sitting in front of my TV, watching the program and texting the anchor. We're entitled to a fair hearing too.
You think a section of the media has taken a side?
It's not a section. Blatant disregard of their journalistic profession. We need, you bring me, I insult anybody who, then bring another person who will counter that. They know better than this. They're in this job. The reason I'm Abdullahi, wallahi, you guys do not know the power you have in this country. You know how many millions of people are watching you? In the summer I was in Chicago. I was in the streets of Chicago. I stopped wearing ties and all that after I came back to Nigeria. I was in my kaftan, walking on the downtown Chicago. Somebody stopped me. It must be you, it must be you, it must be you. Then he went on his this thing and boom. Here was on YouTube. The world is watching. The power of media is no joke. Do you know the power of the media in Rwanda that incited that genocide? So the media must be responsible and circumspect And the NBC must come and look at media and ask people to come and rebut whatever they are selling. It's disappointing, and I said it. I've never been shy about expressing my opinion, and I was terribly disappointed with them. I really was.
Right.